attention, please. Well, that seldom happens. Thank you so much. You don't know what you've done for me. I'm the president here. My name's Rick Neese, and it's such an honor to have you with us today. First person I want to introduce is the best first lady you're ever going to meet, my wife, Shirley. And good morning. What a wonderful day for a tribute to all of you this day. A couple of groups I would like to recognize before we get started. The Hall of Fame Selection Committee, who have put in a vast amount of time to get us ready for this. Things like this do not just happen. They happen because of the organization of a number of people. So anybody who helped organize this day, would you please stand and be recognized? Those people have done yeoman work. If you have a chance during the day, please say hello to them. Now, for those of you who have not been back on campus for a while, and I mean for a long while, everything's pretty much the way, well, it's kind of the way you left it. We haven't moved the chapel. Everything is pretty much where we left it for you. But this is a new addition that we dedicated last October. And there are 4 rooms here, but 2 of the people who we have named rooms for are here today. If it were not for their generosity, I'm not sure where we'd have stuffed everybody today. But would I please ask Phil Taylor and your family, please stand. And Arvid, being one of our Board of Trustee members, would you please stand? It's because of people like Philip's family and Arvid's family that this campus is showing the growth and showing the improvement the last several years. But weren't for the donors who truly care about this campus would not be where it is today. And I thank all of you for that. Now, welcome current Hall of Fame members, new inductees, and your friends and family. This is your day to celebrate, and this is certainly our day to celebrate you. How cool is this? How cool is this from you when you first received news that you were being inducted into this Hall of Fame? I can only imagine how excited you are and how proud you are and how proud your family and friends are of you today. This is a big deal, and we share it with you with great honor. What I'd like to do for the inductees, you're going to hear your names a number of times today. But as president, I'm going to be the first one to get to say your names and to have you be recognized. It's going to happen a number of times throughout the day. A gentleman who has almost 600 victories and who has to leave early today so he can get closer to that 600 victories, new Hall of Fame inductee, Coach Lewis Wharton. Would you please stand and be recognized? And would family and friends of Coach please stand and be recognized? Coach, none of this happens on its own, does it? It happens because of people who support it. The fastest man in Ozarks history. Now stop and think about that. I know some of you people thought you were pretty fast when you were here. You were not as fast as Mr. Percy Williams. Now Percy has promised he can't make that same claim today, but he's willing to try. Percy, would your family and friends who are here with you today please stand and be recognized? Everybody, sweetie, that's you too. A team that still holds a record for the most victories in Ozarks history, 27 victories. And that's the championship team from 1983 and 1984, and our coach Bruce, Terry, would you please stand? You know what? You guys could still play today. You could still play. And would all the family and friends of that championship team please stand and be recognized as well? And would anyone who I might have missed in the introductions please stand so I can see who you are? All right. Believe me, all of us at Ozarks are equally proud of you as you are proud of yourselves. Think through the history of this long and distinguished campus. How many athletes have competed for Ozarks? And you are among the select few in the Ozarks Hall of Fame. We all need to cherish our defining moments. And this is a defining moment for all of you. Cherish it. Relish it. Savor this moment all day. This is your day to once again hear your names chanted and praised. You have earned it. And I cannot express how proud we are to have you back on this campus so we can recognize you. Thank you.
To the national tournament 7 times. He also led to 7 conference championships. He has coached 3 WNBA players and 12 All-Americans. It is my pleasure to introduce the 1996 Ozarks graduate, Louis Horton.
Certainly a great honor and a humbling honor to be inducted into the university that you love so much and inducted to the Hall of Fame. I do appreciate it. I'd like to thank all the people in the administration down here that make this school vibrant and keeps it going what it is, and all the work that people have done to make this Hall of Fame so unique and a thing that probably should have been started a long, long time ago. I think all the people that have been inducted into the Ozarks Hall of Fame would agree that they'd have never had the success in life that they've had it not started here. As I went through my years in education, I always look back at the things that I learned here at the University of Ozarks. And I learned a lot just watching the people that I came in contact with. People like Ronnie and Jerry Wagner, and Prince Aaron, and people, and how they treated kids. The one thing I've always said about the University of the Ozarks is it was student-centered a long time before that was even a term. When you were here, it was all about the students. And I think the people that came here and go on to be successful, especially in the area of education, can take that away. I know I learned a lot from Ronnie Qualls. I can remember one particular day that I learned a lesson in humility. We'd been over here at the Union having lunch, and he had beat me in a game of spades, and he was really good at that. But he had been teaching class, and he had on just a nice dress shirt, a pair of dress pants, and had on his wingtips, he's probably still got on today. And we'd walk back over to the gym, and they had the badminton court set up in the gym, because at that time, it was popular on college campuses to what they call lifetime sports. You know, badminton and golf and tennis, and I took Leveda's ballroom dancing. She's the one who taught me how to dance. And she's a great teacher, I'm a bad dancer, but it worked out all right. But they had them up, and so I just challenged Ronnie to a game of badminton. And I had a t-shirt and shorts, and you know, we're going to have practice in a little while, so I'm already dressed for practice. And he said, okay, go over and we'll play. And I said, "Are you going to change clothes?" And he looked at me and he said, "Not to meet you." You know, I'm young, I'm in my 20s, and I'm looking at Ronnie Paul, and I'm thinking, this old man's at least 40. And so we played. And about an hour, I had not won a point. And I'm drenched in sweat. Now, they may have an air conditioner now, but at that time the gym was not air conditioned. And he's fresh as a daisy. You know, I slammed that thing as hard as I could. And he just kind of popped it back over there. So he taught me a lesson in humility. Right off the bat, I knew it was in trouble. And I said, "Hit the birdie." And he says, "It's not a birdie. It's a shuttlecock." So you have to know the right kind of terminology. But in my association with the people here, people that in the classroom, like Chuck, and you know, I had him for a class, and he's here today, and I'm proud that he's here. But you learn how to treat people. And I certainly enjoyed that. As I went on and was a high school coach for 10 years, and I've spent the last 27 years at UA Fort Smith, and we've had a pretty good run of success up there. I've enjoyed working with kids, but always when I'm coming down the interstate, I always have the urge to drive by this campus. And the way it's changed and the work that the administration's done and buildings that have been erected is truly amazing. And every time Pat and I come by here, I always hope that I can get by here more often. Now, I see Coach Ramsey standing in the back, and he's got his game plan going now. I've been connected with Ozarks for a long time. You know, I was a student assistant here, and I actually had a hand in recruiting Carl Ramsey to this campus. I showed him around the day he came down here over to visit. And he decided to come here, and this is where he met his lovely wife, Kathy. And I kind of got them together, and that's why Lonnie Levada has not spoken to me now. I'm going to stay and for the first half of Carl's game, kind of give him some advice. You know, I can't give him any advice. He's one of the top high school coaches to ever coach in this state or any other state. So I'm looking forward to getting to watch us. Don't get to watch this team play much up here, but we play on the same days, okay? All right, I know there's a lot of people up here. Again, it's a great honor. It's always been a great honor to be just a part of this university. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I promise you that I will live every day in every way that I do to uphold this honor that you bestowed on me today. Thank you very much.
Our next inductee, one of the fastest athletes to ever wear the purple and gold. He set the school record in the 100 meters, 10.33 seconds as a freshman. He owns the school records in the 100 meter, the 200 meter, the 800 meter, and the 1 mile relay team. He was a 3-time Arkansas All-Intercollegiate Conference winner. He was also a 3-time All-American. He qualified for the Olympic trials his senior year. This time, please welcome 1984 graduate, Percy Williams.
I didn't feel like the people because life is so down long winded, so I'm short. First, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be there. I'd like to thank Coach Wagner, But anyway, I'd like to thank them and Coach coming down, recruiting us, giving us an opportunity to come up here and share the speed that we had down in Louisiana. There's a lot of fast guys that came down here. We had an opportunity to run against guys that we ran against in high school for White Castle, Blackman, UI, and stuff like that. And I have one little quick story. Coach Wagner was at a track, and he started ranking the school at the time. We was the university was the top. And we used to run against major university. freshman year. School record was 10.5. And I told Coach, I said, man, I said, that's all they're running up here. You can do better. I never forget that the fastest guy in Arkansas name was Sandy Ellis. And I had never ran against him. And Coach said, you really prove yourself to me when you run against Ellis. You can beat Ellis. And I consider you the fastest man in Arkansas. So I never forget, we went to a track meet. He was standing on the sideline. I finally had a chance to run against him. We went over to the other coach and put out $1. I said, I got $1 in you. I'll never forget, I told Pat the Big, I told him my own boy, I said, oh boy, man, the coach betting against me, you know. And I told Pat, after the race, when I finished, I said, I'm packing my bag and going home. I said, man, I can't run for a coach that can bet against me. So I ran against him and I beat him. He came over there to me and said, learned my first strategy of control and being ready to go a meet. You know, and I was like, oh, so that was a strategy? You did what I needed to do. You know, we started interviewing events that this college had never been to, like running against your major school, Alabama, LSU, you used to go to invitation meets, and you had to be qualified and invited to go to these meetings. He used to put me in all these meetings, and I told him, I said, man, I said, that's how I would leave. And he said, well, I'm going to use you to get what I want, you get what you want. I said, well, that's cool. So we're going to get put on the map, he said, because I got some talent up here that the world needs to see. So every meet we used to go to, we used to run against the top criminal. We would win, and we'd go to other invitation meets. And we had some of the fastest guys. We had the best relay team in the country. You know, 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meter relay, 800 meter relay. We used to just go to other schools and just leave them shop at a little school like us in Cumming and put that kind of talent on them and leave. And I really want to thank Coach Wagner because I waited for him coming down in that little van and the other coaches coming down recruiting us. I never would have had an opportunity. I could have went to other schools and my mom said, you going way up there? I said, yeah, I want to get away and learn about other people in other environments and, you know, make a difference. So when I came here, my goal was to beat the fastest person. At that time, it wasn't college, and after that, we went on to be a university. And I'll tell you, it's some of the nicest people you can ever meet, make you feel right at home. You know, I mean, it's family oriented. You know, and like you said, it was all about the student. Anything you need, as long as you stay respectful and handle yourself in a professional manner, they keep give you a shirt off your back. And I want to thank this university for honoring me and my family. We thank y'all from the bottom of my heart.
This next group presents a first. It's the first team that we've ever inducted into the University of Ozarks Hall of Fame. This team won all 14 home games in the 1983-84 season. This team was ranked as high as 14th in the nation, finished up 17th in the nation. This team won the Arkansas Intercollegiate Conference for the first time in 35 years, first winning season in a long time as well. This team finished 27-6 and still has the record for most wins in school history. I would like for all members of the 1983-84 men's basketball team to stand up at this time to be recognized. Where you're at, please stand up. Coach of that team, Bruce Terry, who was the 1983-84 Coach of the Year in District 17, and also was Coach of the Year in the AIC. Come up and say a few words about the team. Welcome, Coach Terry.
Great to be here. Been a long time. Brings back some great memories. I want to thank the college administration, first of all, for giving this team this great honor. I want to thank Dr. Larson here, who was our faculty rep that worked with us. And I hate to give this guy any credit at all, but kind of under the table advice that I got a lot of, Mr. Ronnie Claus. He kind of mother handed me. So I appreciate that very much. This is about the team, so I'm going to ask each team member, and I know we don't have much time, so guys, you have to be real quick. I want you to just stand up and off the top of your head, because I know you hadn't rehearsed this, just say one thing that you remember about this team. Just a little short, one thing. You don't have much time to think. Be spontaneous, and I think you know I'm going to call on you first. One quick thing that you remember about this team. John, go first.
I was the manager of that team, and we were talking about this last night. And I remember being. I was the manager of this team, and we were talking about this last night. And the thing I remember being shocked at was, prior to Coach Terry, I had never been a part of 3 days. We had one set of uniforms and practice gear, and I remember for 3 days that was 3 washings and dryings and hanging that stuff up. And I thought, wow, this coach is crazy. But it was great, and I'll never forget those years. And this is truly the highlight of those years, and the 5 years I spent on campus, the highlight of my life. Thank you.
I'm not going to call you, so I'm not going to make you talk. So just whoever wants to share something.
First of all, being a freshman, I was trying to figure out how to get playing time with all the seniors.
Introduce yourself.
My name is James Wells. I was a freshman on that team that year. And besides the playing time, I do remember my first experience of, I guess you would call it off-road training. At 5:30 in the morning, Coach loaded us up in the van. We didn't know where we were going. I've never heard of this place before. And got about halfway out there. Where are we going? Guys, I'm going to Kings Canyon. Where's that at? Coach took us out there, way out that way, and dropped us off in the van and said, "I'll see y'all back at school." I looked around, everybody started running.
Peter Van Dyke, I was a freshman with James also on that team, and the thing I remember is I was a long way from home. I was very homesick, and this group of guys became my family. And Coach Terry was the leader of the family, and we stayed a family. And even though I don't see anybody really much anymore, I still consider you guys my family. And it was just a great experience, and I want to thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
I'm Terrence Rhodes, and I just like to, talk to y'all about when I first got here. We walked in the gym. Coach recruited us to go to Henderson State. We originally supposed to go to Henderson State, but Coach recruited us. I asked Charles, would we really go to Henderson State where they already had a nice program, or we want to come to Ozarks and try to do something, Like Percy said, he'll build it up. And we ended up coming here, but when we first got in the gym, it looked like a barn. I told Charles, Fred was out here too. Fred was out on the cold. Fred got in. Charles, they look like a barn, man. We got ourselves into it. But we ended up staying, and us, team, and coach, we all fixed it up. It was pretty nice. We did all that by ourselves, fixed it up, and we ended up winning it. So I'm just glad, I got a chance to be here and play for them.
Anybody else?
One
I can't believe I could get some of these guys to be quiet all the time they were up here, and I can't get them to talk. This was a remarkable group of athletes. And as Peter said it best, became a family, became very close to each other. But we didn't become a family overnight. It took a long time, and it took a lot of giving and taking, a lot of people learning what it really took to win. Freddie, if I ask you, do you know how to tell the difference between a winner and a loser? You remember that speech? A winner does what? A winner always accepts responsibility, takes blame, even sometimes when it's not his fault. A loser does what? Never wrong. Never wrong. Always someone else's fault. And if I preached one thing over and over and over, it was that. And these guys, they were all exceptional athletes. But you don't win in basketball if you're not a team. Somewhere along in that process, they didn't just become a team, they became a very close-knit team that cared for each other, became a family. And I can't tell you how many wonderful memories that I have from those days coaching this group of young men. I could tell you many highlights. You can read some of the things that this team has accomplished. People really did not have an idea of how talented this group was. When we lined up and played some of the major colleges, played Coach Richardson's team over at Tulsa, took right to the right. And I remember him coming in the dressing room to talk to him, and I thought my guys would just be in awe of him. And they were just mad because they didn't win. Had a competitive spirit about them that you just don't teach. You know, you got it or you haven't got it, and they had it. I wanted to pick one game. I'd like to tell you stories of wonderful games and wonderful things that this team accomplished. I've got one in mind I'm going to tell you about. But I'm going to tell you first, as we started that year toward this AIC championship, we lost the very first game. Started the year 0-1. And then the next 6 opponents that we played,
Ronnie, would you help a bit?
The next 6 opponents that we played, we put the first loss on them in the conference. It went as far as it mathematically could go. And if you think about that, it's phenomenal. Because number one, it's hard to put a loss on somebody when you're undefeated. The first game of the year is always the tough one because everybody's, they're undefeated. So that team that was out there, number 5-0 in the conference when we played them, was tough. Number 6 was Harding. Keith Johnson's not here, but I remember, you guys will remember this. Keith had the flu. He stood under the hand dryer, chilling to get warm. Went out and played ball game, won a close game. So there was like 6 of these games, and that kind of got us started, putting that first loss on everybody. But there's one game, I think, that says more about this team's character than any other, and that was the game at Henderson State. We hadn't beaten Henderson State 30-something years. And I had come from Henderson State and had been ridiculed for coming up here. And they were ready for us. They met us in the parking lot. Football team was dressed up, paint on, wild as they could be. Had a band down in the corner. as we warmed up, football team circled us, chanting everything you can imagine. We trailed the whole night, but we hung tough. And we got down to the very end of the game, in the midst of all of the commotion, the clock not running right, all kinds of things. But we got down to the end of the ball game, and we had, I have never done this in my coaching career, and it's against the book. When you're behind, you don't take the last shot. Not if you got any sense, you know. But I knew if we had one shot at winning, we were going to take it back there. So 13 seconds left, and we're down 2. We hold it. And it don't go exactly the way it's supposed to go. Freddie Fry to real. Hit that 3. That's the sweetest 3 I've ever seen. So you talk about hanging tough. Very, very special team to be able to overcome everything they had to overcome that night. But you know, as much as they accomplished on the floor, there were other more important things. An institution talks about setting goals and, you know, what's really the purpose of going to college? And there's lots of things that you can take out of it. You can be a successful lawyer like Pete over there was. You can be successful in a lot of different walks of life and get prepared at a college to do that. But a liberal arts college is mainly about giving people the opportunity to be a good, solid citizen, be happy and productive in life. That's what we're all about in a democratic society. All of that doesn't just happen. These guys, you know, it started with study habits. Yeah, we went to King Canyon because some of them didn't get up and go to class like it's supposed to. You know, it wasn't just take the guy out there that didn't go to class. The whole team went because we were a team. So if I'm the guy that didn't go to class, it's one thing to have to go run, but when I got to go back to the dorm and tell all my buddies I'm the one that didn't go to class, I had y'all all running for me. A little different story. We dealt with many things, many setbacks, many problems, but there's something very, very special about sharing a championship, about working to overcome all those things together. And these guys have memories just like I do that we'll take to our graves. Very, very special memories. Very special friendships. They're family, my family. We all feel that family connection. So it's something that we all belong to now as part of this college, part of this team. We appreciate so much all of you coming to share and to honor us this way. And I would say that I am so very thankful to have had the privilege to have been here and to work with these great athletes. More importantly, really, really good people. That's what every one of them are, really good people. Thank you very much. I'm going to tell you very quickly that this next guy, you can't believe a thing he's going to say, because they don't tell him what he's going to say. But I don't guess I've ever known a better individual than Mr. Freddie Fry. Freddie was the first person I had to recruit when I came on campus. I don't know why, but I had to recruit him. I think the lady sitting next to him ended up as his wife. I think she was wanting to come home, but I'm not sure why. But thank goodness I recruited Freddie to stay. Freddie was an exceptional athlete, could play on major college level. But more importantly, he was a leader, and he was the most unselfish kid I've ever coached. Do anything for the team. He didn't necessarily shoot it and do all the things that we think of great players, but he was truly a great player. And he was truly a leader for the team, someone whose friendship I value dearly. Mr. Freddie Fry.
father dies. Jack Jones takes over. It was not a good year there. And at the end of that year, a man by the name of Bruce Terry came on. I hated that man with a passion. Because he was at Henderson State. And every time we played Henderson State, it was the worst game I ever played. But at the same time, knowing that he was coming up here, whatever formula he was using at Henderson State, I was going to work here. The reason why it was difficult during the recruitment because I didn't want to stay here. I wanted to go home. My mom said you have three choices. Join the military, which I wouldn't have because I didn't like guns. Get a job, it's not bad, or you have to go back to school. Well, school started going into my junior year, and I got a phone call, and my mom said, it's Bruce Terry. I said, I don't want to talk to him. So I got on the phone, and Coach Terry went, Freddie Fry, what way you at? What are you doing? Gosh darn it. So I went home. You called me, so why you ask me where I am? Get your skinny butt on back up here and finish this college. I said, yes, sir. I'm on the bus first thing in the morning. Sure enough, when I got here the next day, I was able to register. When as I was walking to the gym, all I could hear was the snapping and popping of the rims. When I walked into the gym, I looked down the floor. I saw Keith, Troy, Reggie, Tony, Jeff. I'm like, man, there's no way I'm going to play with these guys. No way. It was an incredible team. Like Coach Terry said, we became a family. We were in a family my junior year. We were very selfish. We were arrogant. We were rude. 5 guys and 1 basketball. And everybody wanted to shoot it. That was an interesting formula. It was very interesting. We finished 12 and 18 that year. We didn't buy into anything Coach Terry was saying. And it drove him bananas. Absolutely drove him bananas. Well, a lot of things was going on behind the scenes. And many of you know I'm very strong in my faith. And what I often tell the guys about Christ, you can't do this, you can't do that. Man, God loves you, got a purpose for you, a plan for you. They wouldn't be in none of that. Pretty Tony with his Jerry curl wouldn't be in none of that. Activate that Jerry curl and look pretty. Well, you don't have the Jerry curl, he's still ugly. When I look back, we've come full circle. It is truly a blessing from God to have come through this institution. This today is not just about a bunch of guys and winning a conference championship and being ranked and being put in the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you what this is really about. This is about the opportunity that God opens up doors for you and I to do some very special things. This is an opportunity that God says that when I open up the door, you need to take advantage of it. It's about understanding that life will deal you some hands, be it good or bad. It's all how you see it and how you make it. This institution has been one of the greatest learning institutions I've ever come into. I remember the first time Coach Terry decided to condition us in the pool. I was afraid to tell him I couldn't swim. Couldn't swim. I was going to do all of it. You don't swim in the Gulf. Things will eat you. Somehow the word got back to Coach Qualls that I couldn't swim. And I will never forget, he walked up to me in the student union. He said, Freddie Fry, come on over here. I said, yes, Coach. I understand you can't swim. So I told you that. Don't worry about it. I want you to meet me at 6 o'clock over here every night at the pool. I was for what? You'll learn to swim. And I will never forget, when I got there, I was looking around to make sure nobody was there. And he had these 2 arm floaters. You got to put these things on because you're a big fella to hold up. And I'm so glad they didn't have cell phones with video. Because if you had walked in there, you just saw this little white guy with this 6'5" guy holding in the water, splashing the water all over. But he taught me how to swim. The power of choice. At the beginning of our senior year, Tony Joyner called us in the hallway. We made a choice that there is no tomorrow. We're either going to buy into what Coach Terry was saying, or pretty much it's going to be the same the next year, this year as it was the previous year. And I always talk, for 30 years I've been coaching, and my wife and I have been assistant pastor at a church down in Houma. We've been ministering out in Kenya, Africa every other year. And I talk to kids about the buy-in factor. See, you have people that is always training you and teaching you to buy into what they want you to understand. They drove me bananas our junior year, but we decided to buy into what he was teaching us. And when we did, it was amazing. Coach Terry, in front of everybody, in front of my family, I want to thank you. For the opportunity you gave me to be your assistant coach. I'm an emotional guy, but God allowed people to come into your life and give you opportunity to make an impact. You never forget to say thank you. I say thank you to all the family, Ozarks guys, John Honestly. Every day I have to get you up in the morning. John is a consummate cross the T, dot the I guy. John, I will never forget you. This morning I had a chance to talk to you, two sons, and just to tell them how blessed they are to have you as their father. You're awesome, man. Reggie, Scott, Pete, Tony, Charles, James Wilkes, Sonny Bud, Terrence Rose, John Lewis, Big John Lewis. They recognize you don't have any hair now. David Vaughn, it's so good to see David without wearing two knee braces. Donnie Seaman Morgan, who I'll never forget, through no fault of my own, Donnie had 80 stitches in his face, but a head-on collision one day in practice with me. I'm glad he's looking a whole lot better. And those that are not here, Keith Johnson. Troy Johnson passed away with his wife, Miss Janice is here. Where is she? Please stand, Miss Janice. Bill Cox, Kevin Wynn, Ron Culver, Carlos York, and to my coaches, Coach Bruce Terry, Roscoe Gordon, where's he? Please stand, Roscoe. Roscoe was here as an upperclassman when I was a freshman from Ashland, Louisiana, and he taught me a lot about the game of basketball. And guys, this is probably the most phenomenal thing that has ever happened to me as all these other guys. And Coach, congratulations on your induction to the Hall of Fame. Percy, congratulations on your induction as well. This is a phenomenal thing for us because one of the things all over the country, I fly and I drive all over talking to people and young people, and I've been coaching for 30 years and doing basketball camps, fundamental camps for 30 years for young people. And I always talk about opportunity and I talk about purpose. This is not just, again, being inducted to the Hall of Fame, but for every young man that has been inducted today, to have a young son or a daughter, today you become immortalized. Long after you're gone, memory and history will continue telling the stories of the things you accomplished. We never set out to be in the Hall of Fame. We were 15 guys just trying not to get to Kings Canyon. We were 15 guys that beat each other up in practice every day. It was 15 guys that shared so much love that we would creep in the room and do funny things to each other. Like putting shaving cream in your slippers. We just wanted to just get through the next practice and try to win the next game. And here we are 30 years later being inducted into the Hall of Fame by a school we have come to love, to cherish, and to honor. So today, I also say this, and I will leave you with this. There are two tragedies in life. The first tragedy in life is to have lived young and died and not have any reason why you were placed on the earth. The second tragedy in life is to have lived a very long life and to have died and people have forgotten that you were even born because you didn't make an impact. You didn't pour into someone else's life. You made life all about you. And when you do that, you either live long and by yourself or you die and people forgot you were ever living. So today, for every last one of you that has ever been inducted to the Hall of Fame here, today, those of you who have been inducted to the Hall of Fame, we will pass on. Many of us have gotten older, as you can tell. Some of us are going to go on, and we don't know when our numbers are going to be punched. But one of the things that you cannot erase is the opportunity that we have, the God-given opportunity we have. We've taken the most of it. I've got a son that will be graduating this year, one in the 8th grade, and a daughter 27. And we hear all the stories about Coach Terry and all the guys, and it is a privilege and an honor for my kids and my children to be here, to be a part of the Ozarks family. Long after I'm gone, they will remember the stories you said, the stories you told. So today, it's an honor and a privilege to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. God bless the Ozarks family, and I hope and pray that I send as many athletes through here as we possibly can. I love you guys, and God bless you.
This time, we're going to bring each member of the team up and present them with a plaque, and I'd like for all of you guys to stand around here so we can get some pictures. Let's start off with Coach Bruce Terry. Assistant Coach Roscoe Lord. Ready for out. John Hansley. Tony Joyner. Scott Pierce. Pete Van Dyke.
We got it.
Terrence Rhodes. Charles Ingram. James Wilkes. John Lewis. Reggie Martin. David Hunn. Donnie Siebenmorgan. Representing Troy Johnson, his wife, Janice Johnson. Other members of the team that are not here at present: Coach George Reed, Keith Johnson, Ron Culver, Kevin Wynn, Bill Cox, and Carlos York. Would please give this group.
The next team to be inducted will be the Ozarks football team, and I will tower over them.
Let me give you the itinerary for the remainder of the day. We get through here. We've got the northeast section of the bleachers roped off. Group, feel free to sit anywhere you want in the gym. We've got that section roped off. At about 5 minutes left in the ball game, we're going to start gathering the Hall of Fame inductees and current Hall of Fame members in the hall beside the pool. We'll bring those classes out. We'll start with the 1990 class up to the new inductees, this 2013 class. We'll introduce everybody, bring them out on the gym floor. After we do that, we will go to the gym lobby and do the unveiling of the new class. There will be picture opportunities at both of those spots. If you guys want to get pictures, we'll have plenty of time to do that. And then the hospitality room is going to be open throughout the day. It is towards the end of the gym, and we'll show you where that's at. You all feel free to go in and out of that as you need to. Really appreciate everybody being here on the special day. This is the best turnout. I've been here for 11 years. This is the best group that we've had in the 11 years that I have been here. And it is an awesome day. Very proud of everybody that was inducted. Thank you for your attendance. Ready?
What we'd like to do is, when we head over to the gym, we probably can. I don't know if the team, some members of the team may have to leave. What we'd like to do is get your names, cell numbers, and emails want to continue to stay in contact with you guys. There's some special things we want to do in this group as a family. So if you can, my daughter's nominated, if you want to be giving your name, cell numbers, and emails, if you possibly can. So see her before you get going. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's head over to the gym.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2013 University of Ozarks Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We are honored to acknowledge current members of the Hall of Fame and our new inductees, including in today's presentation are Dr. Rick Peace, President of the University of Ozarks, and Jimmy Clark, Director of Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me proudly welcome the College UFO greats. From the induction class of 1990, Ronnie Pauls. Welcome now from the induction class of 1992, Bob Chance. Welcome now from the induction class of 1996, Bob Harlow. From the induction class of 1997, Ted Young. From the induction class of 2004, Leroy Douglas. From the induction class of 2011, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you to give one more round of applause for all of our current Sports Hall of Fame members and their families. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce to you the inductees of the 2013 U of O Sports Hall of Fame. First inductee, Lewis Portman. Coach Horton has established himself as one of the most successful women's collegiate basketball coaches in the country. Currently, in his 27th season as the head coach at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, formerly Westar College, Horton has compiled an impressive 594 wins versus only 233 losses, including a junior college national championship. He was named the NJCAA National Coach of the Year in 1995 after leading the Lady Lions to a national championship and an undefeated season. He's coached 3 WNBA players, 12 All-Americans He was inducted into the NJCAA Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2010. Prior to UAS, Coach Horton coached at the high school level in Arkansas, Hector, Hoxie, Broadville, Subiaco, County Line. He and his wife Pat have one son, Jared. Again, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Lewis Horton. Our next inductee into the U of O Hall of Fame is Mr. Percy Williams. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the 1983-84 men's basketball teams. I'll be reading each member of the team as they come out. The team members, coaches, and managers include Donnie Morgan, Terrence Rose, James Willis, Scotty Pierce, Kevin Wynn, Ron Culver, Charles Ingram, Bruce Terry, David Munn, Tony Joyner, Reggie Martin, representing her husband, Billy Troy Johnson, is Janice Johnson. Bill Cox, Pete Van Dyke, Pete Johnson, Carlos York, Greg Fry, John Lewis, Roscoe Gordon, George Reed, and John Housley. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1983-84 men's basketball team has the distinction of being the first team inducted into the Ozarks Sports Hall of Fame. They finished fourth in the Arkansas Intercollegiate Conference in the 83-84 season. The then College of the Ozarks Mountaineers shot the state by winning the league by 4 games on their way to a 27-6 record, which remains the most wins in the program's history. The 1983-84 team snapped a 35-year streak of consecutive non-winning seasons for the program and was ranked as high as 14th in the nation at one point in the season. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for
All right. Thank you very much. Percy, where's Percy? We can do the same thing.
Thank you, that was great.
Take it down. Ready? Good. Whenever you're ready. All right. What did we say, Reggie and Tony? Hey, y'all don't need my help. Y'all got tack up top. Reach up there. Hey, let's get the whole team in here. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. All guys in back. Get out of the light. Get out of the light. Get out of the light.